Your lock screen is about to transform in ways you may not expect, and the possibilities for personalization are bigger than ever. Apple's upcoming iOS 26 update is quietly rewriting the rules for how your iPhone lock screen looks and feels. Curious to know what's actually changing and why some fans are already divided? Keep reading to get all the details and decide for yourself if these changes really go far enough. With the launch of the 5th public beta of iOS 26 on August 25th, Apple handed early access to developers and beta testers, letting them explore a host of fresh features. Some of the headline grabbers include smarter call screening and a brand new liquid glass look. But that's just scratching the surface. The real game changer: how much control you now have over the appearance and placement of your lock screen elements. If you thought iOS 18 finally gave you enough freedom, think again. iOS 26 opens up even more options you might not have imagined. Remember when iOS 18 allowed you to swap out those flashlight and camera buttons, saving us from all too common accidental triggers? Well, iOS 26 takes things several steps further. You can now shift your widgets around, supersize your clock for ultimate visibility, and even turn your wallpaper into an immersive 3D experience. Sound like an upgrade worth trying? Let's break down exactly what's different, with clear, beginner-friendly steps so anyone can try it. But here's where it gets controversial. Since iOS 26 is still in beta, not only will you be dealing with the usual early bugs, but battery performance could also take a hit. Tech experts and everyday users are split. Is it worth risking minor headaches on your main phone just for some cool new features? If you want to play it safe, stick to a secondary device for testing. Don't forget, Apple often fine-tunes features before the final release. So, if something feels unfinished or overly restricted, there's still a chance for improvements by fall. Now, let's walk through the major updates in detail. You can resize your lock screen's clock. For many, this is the standout change in iOS 26, the option to adjust the size of the clock widget on your lock screen. The expanded clock can fill about a third of a modern iPhone's display, making it perfect for quickly checking the time, especially if you tend to misplace your glasses. But this enhancement does need to be switched on manually. To enlarge your clock, simply follow these steps. 1. Open Settings. 2. Tap Wallpaper. 3. Pick the lock screen you want to tweak and tap Customize. Your Customizer view will outline every adjustable piece. Look for the Thicker tab at the clock's lower right corner, then drag it downward to synthesize your clock as needed. You can also tap the clock to switch between a glass or solid style and refine its color or border thickness. That said, here's a limitation that may disappoint some users. Only the default, leftmost clock font can currently be expanded. What do you think? Should Apple add more font flexibility, or is one big style enough? Your widgets can now move, with caveats. Another notable addition is the ability to reposition the widget dock. In iOS 26, you can drag your widgets down toward the bottom of your lock screen, just above your control shortcuts. Want to try it? Go to Settings, Wallpaper, Customize, under your chosen lock screen. Then, grab the widget dock and drag it to your preferred spot near the bottom. But, and this is the part most people miss, if you stretch out your clock, the widget dock will snap to the bottom automatically, and you lose the ability to place it elsewhere. Some users might love this simplicity. Others may find it needlessly restrictive. What's your take? Wallpapers get a dynamic 3D effect. Here comes something visually striking. Apple now lets you turn compatible photos into spatial scenes, adding a parallax-like 3D depth to your lock screen. As you move your device, foreground elements shift, making backgrounds and subjects seem to pop. To activate, head to Settings, Wallpaper, Customize. Select your lock screen photo. Then tap the hexagon symbol on the lower right. Voila! Your wallpaper gets transformed. Just note, this only works with your own images, not Apple's built-in weather or emoji wallpapers. Colorful controls for added flair. While minor compared to the other features, iOS 26 brings a splash of color to your bottom row controls. With the update, control icons can pick up brighter hues or be fully customized, making them easier to spot and more personal. This is switched on automatically. Just add a new control or set up your own. Is Apple finally letting you own your lock screen? Year by year, Apple has been loosening its famously tight grip over personalization. The new changes in iOS 26, larger clock sizing, widget relocation, 3D wallpapers, and colorful controls represent another big step in handing creative power back to users. But are these freedoms enough? Many longtime fans argue that the customization is still too limited, especially compared to what Android has allowed for years. So here's the big debate. Is Apple moving fast enough? Or do you want even more ways to craft a lock screen that suits you perfectly? Do the restrictions frustrate you? Or does the streamlined approach make your iPhone feel more cohesive? Share your thoughts below. And let's see if the community is hungry for even greater personalization or happy with Apple's gradual pace. Want to stay ahead of Apple's next big changes? Keep your eyes out for overviews of every new iOS 26 feature coming soon. And don't miss our early impressions on how these updates could shape your daily phone experience.